Okay, what's the date today?
Wednesday. 7th.
Today is October 7th, yes, and we're going to have, this is our Wednesday Zoom class. So it looks like we have about half a dozen people. Oh, Maria's back. Oh, Maria, you have no sound. Don't feel bad. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Awesome. We will start, and if anybody else comes along, they can just join in. So put your feet together and bow. And spread around. I always say that because I have for a long time. Pick up one foot. Go around with your ankle and toes. Switch the way. Other foot. Other way. Feet together around with your knees. Other way. Feet apart. On with your hips. Other way. Use your legs. Pump your arms around. Switch. Cross. Twist. Kick up your heels. Try squatting. Put your hands on the floor, straighten your legs. Squat. Straighten. Squat. Straighten. Squat. Straighten. And squat. Feet out behind you, an arch. Push your hips back. Touch your chest down to the floor. Forward again. Bring your feet in, squatting. Feet apart, keep it up. Stretching down and forward. Back. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. Reach over one shoulder. Switch. Side. Switch. Around with your torso. Switch. And stop. Straighten one leg. Switch. Switch. Mike is in his backyard because he has no room in his house. Switch. Switch. He tried to tell me it was too cold to be outside, but now it's nice. Switch. 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 And switch. Stay on this side. Rotate your hip all the way over. Stretching the outside of your thigh. Breathe deep. Back. Over. Back. Over. Back. Over. And back. Switch. All the way over. Stretch the outside of your thigh. Back. Over. Back. Over. Back. Over. And back. Pull your feet in, squatting. Straighten your legs and stretch down. Roll up. Round with your hip. Switch. Side, side. Squeeze one knee up into your chest. Switch. 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 And switch. Reach around behind to grab an ankle. Pick your leg up as high as you can. Switch. Switch. And switch. Shake out your legs. Turn, straighten your forearms. Have to make two small. Okay, everybody's good? Oh, feet together, about feet apart. Left arm, left leg forward, Gana Barai. Aight! Counter punch out. Using your feet, rotate your hip, jabbing face. One, counter punch body. Two. One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. Switch hands, switch feet, other side. Twist your hip, jabbing face. One, two. 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 Switch hands, switch feet, other side. It's been a while, so some of this stuff you've heard a lot before. Some of it you might have forgotten and it's new. The first thing here is we're going to use our drawing arm. Imagine you're hanging onto a handle. You're going to pull through your body down into the floor. Pull, and that pull is going to be the part that starts you. This side then is going to pull with your legs, pulling down into the floor. As opposed to pushing and pushing, you're going to pull and pull. Should help you to relax a little bit, stay more consistent in your motion. Left leg forward, counter punch out. Grab onto the handle, pull down into your back foot. One, pull all the way down to the floor. Two, pull. Three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Switch hands, switch feet to the other side. Pull all the way down into your back foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch hands, switch feet, other side. Okay, most of you have done this before. Now you're going to work at making sure both legs are active. So you're going to start with your back leg being in charge. Your front heel is slightly off the ground. Your back leg is going to drive for your jab, drive again for your counter punch. This leg does both punches. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put your weight on your front foot, pick your back heel up. Now your front leg is going to be in charge. So your front knee, your front foot, and your front hip are going to drive forward into the target, and then they're going to maintain as your body drives around again. This leg is now in charge. So do your best. Make sure your front leg is doing all the work. Back heel up, sink underneath, not out behind, under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put both feet on the ground. Remember now, you have both legs to drive your hips. Drag for the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ki on each motion. I'm ready to stand up for a second and rest. So I do the best I can to try to count and then move and to give clear instruction. But I know some of you are working on the phone and some of you aren't used to the drills. So when I watch it on the screens, I'm on 2 different syncs. So I count and move, and then that moves, and then that moves. And the rest of you are in between there somewhere. So I'm doing my best to ignore what I see and just try to teach and do it like it is. Questions so far? Okay. Right leg forward. Counter punch out. Put all of your weight on your back foot. Put by your front heel. Pull down into your back leg, jabbing face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put your front heel down, pick your back heel up. Bend this front knee. Be soft in the joint. Use it to drive your hip forward. 1, drive. 2, 3, squeeze into your front leg. 4, drawing arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back heel down, use both legs, drive forward. 1, drive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ki on each count. Check it out. Woof da. Maria, what kata are you working on?
I'm working on Heian Yondan right now.
Oh, cool. So is Jean-Noel and so is Mike. Yufeng loves it. I know it. Cindy probably loves it too. So we will get to that. Even though sometimes time gets away from me, we will work on Heian Yondan, I promise. We're going to try some basics. If you have room to go forward and backwards 3 steps, that's awesome. If you don't, you're just going to have to double step. Pull 1 foot back and then step forward. It's the nature of karate training. So here we go. Let's see. I'm going to back up. So I have room for 3 steps. Out. Feet apart. Left arm, left leg forward, gain of an eye. And this is just kind of review and practice time, so don't worry too much about how good you do. Triple punches. 1 head, 2 stomach. 1 head, stomach, stomach. 2, 3. Moving backwards, rising block, counter punch. 1, 2, gotta switch your arms. Okay, when you start backwards, You have to switch your arms and then block. So here I am. 2, switch, block, counter. That had to be 3, huh? All right, moving forward, we're going to try the outside block sequence. Try outside block, elbow strike, back fist strike with 3 counts. Outside block first. 1, sozuki. In and out with your footwork, keep it up, elbow strike. 2, use your legs, back fist strike. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Moving backwards, inside block, uchi-uki, and then gyakuzuki counter punch. 1, block, counter. 2, coil, block, counter. 3. Good job, everybody. Hey up for just a moment. Shake out your legs. Moving forwards and backwards in back stance. So these are not any specific cue basics, exam basics, but they're kind of representative of several of them. So your exact ones you'd have to look up on the sheet. I will help you should we ever show up in person, but also maybe I'll have the workout with me next time and I'll read it so everybody knows what they're supposed to do for their rank. Several people have asked about testing. It's totally my goal and intent to have us all test, whether it's in person or online, or we'll video it and look at it. I want people to progress, and some people are very excited about it, so that's good. The kumite will probably be done at a distance where the 2 people move, but they're still at least 6 feet apart, probably more, but you can see if they understand the distance and timing part. The Kata application part we won't be able to do because you can't right now grab and hold people, which makes me sad. It's one of my favorite things to do. Grabbing and holding, not necessarily the applications. Okay, anyway, here we go. Knife hand blocks in back stance. So shotobuke in kokutsudachi. Left arm, left leg forward, knife hand block. Right? 5. Moving forward. 1, 2, 3. Moving backwards. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Knife hand block, spear hand strike. 1, block, front stance. Other hand, oh, there you go. 2, block, spear. 3. Stepping backwards. 1, 2, 3. We're going to add a front kick in there with our front leg because that's in the test eventually, either this one or the next one. Somebody's talking? No? Okay. Oh, that's all right. How come they're not training? They're old enough to train. I've seen them. So just so you know, I bought a webcam, so you're up on my webcam right there. I have my tablet over here on the side. My phone's on top of that recording. But best of all, I have you all projected up on my giant TV. So it feels like there's people in my house. You're all good sized. I can see you. I can see what you're doing. Maria's got so much training equipment, I can't believe it. Holy crap. That's fantastic. What'd you say? It's true. Very true. All right, here we go. Left hand forward, knife hand block. 1, boom. Step forward, knife hand block. Front kick with your front leg, spear hand strike. 1, block, kick, go. 2, block, kick. 3. Backwards. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Alright, good job. Stretch anything you want. We're going to do more kicks. Okay, moving forward. Alright, fighting position. Left leg forward, hey. Front snap kick, moving forward. 1, 2, 3. Turn, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Turn. Let's do front leg, front snap kick, back leg roundhouse kick. I like to train that way, and it's in the basics somewhere. Maigari, Mwashigari. 1, Maigari, Mwashigari. 2, 3. Turn. 1. You cannot start with your front leg. 2, leg, back leg. 3. Turn. We're going to do side thrust, Yoko Kikomi. So there are 2 different ways that we do it in our current organization. We'll start with the first one. That is not my favorite, and yet I acknowledge that it's simpler to learn. So to start with, you're going to start in Kibidachi. As you cross over, you're going to spin your front heel towards the target, and then cross behind and basically back kick towards the target. So we're going to try this in 1 count. Cross behind, kick with your front leg. 1, cross, kick. 2, cross, kick. 3, cross. Try the other way. Turn. 1, 2, 3. Switch. Let's put your, nope, still gotta have your right leg in front, I guess. All right, this is more traditional. You're going to cross in front. Your heel is up that way. When you drop your heel, you coil, kind of like Teki. So you're going to cross and coil in front. Pick your knee up way high. After your knee is up, you pivot your hip and foot to thrust and come in. Okay, so it's just a side thrust. We just don't do it that way very much anymore. Kibidachi with 1 leg in front. Crossing in front this time. 1, 2, 3. Turn. 1, 2, 3. First. I do not remember which combinations are appropriate for the green belt, purple belt range. I used to know them all, and then they changed the basics, then I don't know either one. So, we already did front kick, roundhouse kick. We're going to do that again and add a counter punch. So fighting position, start with your front leg, Maigari, then Mwashigari, then Gyakuzuki. 1, snap, snap, go. 2, snap. 3. Turn the way. 1, 2, 3. Turn it up. Rest. All right, now I am going to get a drink. Anybody else that wants to get a drink, go ahead. Click offline. Okay, we are going to do each of the lower belt katas one time till we get to Heian Yondan, and then we're going to spend more time on it. I will kind of double step, so I'm not really going to go anywhere. In case you don't have room, you can copy that idea, I guess. About Heian Yondan.
And shut up.
Boy. So here's my question. Oftentimes I do mirror image. So if I say 1 and I go like this, can everybody copy that fine? Or would you rather I went like that and did a mirror? Or would you rather I face this way and you copied me facing like you were behind me?
No, the lights.
Okay, everybody has an opinion. Cindy, what do you think?
I'm the last.
Okay. Oh, Yufeng wants to talk.
I'm fine. I'm fine with the last, yeah.
Okay. Maria, do you care?
I think the last one is good.
Okay, we will do it the last way then.
You want me to face the other way still?
Nope, yeah, you can face this way.
Okay.
So, about Heian Yondan.
And shut up.
Boy. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to turn. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. 3 stepping punches. 1, 2, 3. 4 knife hand blocks. 1. Turn and block. Good back fences. 2. 1, 2. Iris. Well, we didn't lose anybody. That's good. Hand Yondan. Out. Kata.
Anita.
Wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 knife hand blocks. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Kick punch. 1, 2, 3. 1. Turning down block. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hey, everybody's doing good. I can see the cobwebs coming off. Oh. Heian Yondan, number 3. Out. Kata.
And Sunda.
Boy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Back stance. 2. Front stance. 3. Keep it up. 4. Front stance. 1. 1, 2. Up, down, back fist. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. In and out with your footwork and turn. 1, 2. Good cue touch. Iris. So last week AJ was here on Zoom. She's not here now. And no hung. And what's her name?
Again?
Len and Lauren, we aren't seeing Len and Lauren. There's Rachel. Rachel's not here. So we need all those people back. If you see them, know them, encourage them. Oh, it'd be great to see Carmen and Javi again. I have not. I sent them email invites. Haven't seen them though. All right, Heian Yondan. We'll go all the way through one time, and then we'll go back and work on parts. Out. Heian Yondan.
Yondan.
Boy. One. Two. One. Two. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, reach, 5, knee, 6, 7, 8, I rest. I am going to turn on a light. We're getting too dark in the back. See what we think about that. So as it happens, we worked on this a little bit on Monday, and I will bring up one of the things. One of the things that's a theme, or at least a concept that's kind of throughout the Kata, is the ability to control your movement from your center. And of course, that's all Kata. But in this particular case, it shows up with the way you move your feet. So at first, if you don't have good control of your center and inner thigh, people bounce when they move their foot out, or they get to here and they bounce, or they cheat and they put their foot out and then they do their hands, then they put the foot out, then they do their hands. And the goal is to learn to move from center. So you should be able to be stable here and move your feet to any stance, any position without wiggling or losing direction. So this takes time, but this is a good place to work on it. And I taught a learning progression, sometimes known as a cheat, on Monday. And I will tell you now, what I was first taught is to take the inside edge of my foot and touch it on the ground. So this hip stays way back, and this leg stays way bent. And then as it slides out, by the time it gets to the end, your hip turns and you end up on the end. So I didn't understand this at first when they made me do it, but the result is that it's teaching you to engage your inner thighs to move from your center so that eventually it becomes a very smooth action. So let's all try that a couple times. It will be very difficult for Mike in shoes in dirt, but maybe the dirt will help. You'll slide along. So you're going to drop your weight, look to your left, bend your right knee a lot, and put the inside edge of your left toe on the ground on 1. So you're going to go 1, look, and then slide it out, 2. Try it again. Drop and look, 1, 2. Eventually your hips and hands will start to match each other so they get done at the same time. And that is true throughout this kata and many kata. One of my pet peeves that people do for competition is they move their legs first and then their hands. And they do that because it looks cooler, it's easier to do, and especially with team, it's easier to stay together. So for instance, in Hangets, you probably don't know, your elbows and knees and fists and hands all move, it all goes together at the same time. But I have seen teams in Japan, in Italy, and other places go, then they move their hand after. Okay? But the idea is your body weight is supposed to be hitting the target. They're supposed to match, almost always. The only time it wouldn't be is if you were grappling. Then sometimes your foot absolutely goes first, and then your hands go second because you have a base. But if you were blocking or striking, almost always your hands and feet match. So try a couple more. Drop, look to your left. One, look, and move all the way through. Back, do it again. Two, look. One more time. Three, look. Okay, so here's another thing about karate, Shotokan karate anyway. Every time you start a movement, there should be an internal shock. So sometimes it's very obvious, especially maybe at the lower belt level. Sometimes it's not so obvious. But one thing you have to do is present an alert that there's a problem. So standing here minding my own business, somebody's attacking, and I go, huh? And I don't even register the attack. You want this to be quick. You go one hook. Oh, there's something there. Two. Then you're going to switch sides. You go one look. Make sure you know what's coming at you. Two. And there's a big argument for looking first or not looking first. It's a totally different subject. Right now, you look first because you're instantly aware there's something coming at you, and your body starts at the same time, moving in that way. It just happens to be in slow motion. So try it again. Start here. Snap your head to the left as you drop, as you start. One, look, and go. Now you're going to drop your hands to your left hip and look to the right. Two, look, switch. Try it again. Ready? Look. One, look. And finish down to the floor. Two, look. Finish. And then the third one, somebody's attacking you from the front, you look, whoa, as you start moving to go into block. So 3 times in a row, your head turns very quickly. Ahead of your body a little tiny bit. Ahead of you, the finish of your body, not the beginning. Try again. I'm going to watch. So to your left. One. Two, look. Not bad. Maria, bend your right arm a lot. Yeah, even a little more. Yep. Then you're going to look to the front as you do your X block. 3. Yep. Okay, so we're going to practice this just a little bit. Eventually, you want this to be one smooth motion from here to there. You're going to go 1. Whoa! But learning, it is fine to pull together, adjust your foot, stack your hands, and then drive like you're punching, but both hands. So we're going to practice that in 2 counts a couple times. I am this way. Adjust your right foot sort of in 45, stack your hands, and wait. 1, all your weight's on your right hand, on your right foot. Your right hand's on top, your hips are sideways, twist your hip. 2, and then go back. 1, 2, go back. 1, 2. Yep, go back. Mike, you need to have your hips more sideways when you stack your hands, and then twist more when you do the technique. 1, 2. That's much better. Go back. We're going to start over at the beginning. Each move is just 1 count, so you don't have to stop in the middle. Ready? 1, 2, look. 3. Step forward, augmented block. 4. Okay. Side snap, elbow strike. 1, 2. Then pull your foot halfway. 1, 2. And then you're going to do this part. Boom, boom. 1. Kick and hold. 2, 3. Okay, go back to the augmented block. So you're standing like this, and you're about to do your side snap to your left. So you do, in Heian Yondan, the side snap and back fist strike that is similar to the second one here in Heian Yondan. But because it was one of the first things you learned, a lot of times you don't get the finesse of the technique or even the major concept. And what I want to talk about, of course your hip goes up and down a little bit. Of course your foot goes up and down. Of course your hand goes out and back or out and stays. I don't care, it doesn't matter. But the idea is you have to get a directional expansion from your center. And this is the first time where it's kind of a big thing. So it shows up here 3 times in a row in your side snap elbow strike, the next side snap elbow strike, and then the front snap kick, back fist strike basically. And the way I want you to work at it is to work on the recoil. So the feeling, and again this part is, depends on who's teaching and what they do. You can either go 1 and start here, and then go 2, or you can go 1 and then 2, or you can go 1 and there is no hold. So there's a legitimate application reason to bring your feet together and stack your hands. It shows up in a lot of kata in a lot of places. Most JKA dojos skip that and go to here. The only reason you do that is preparation for the side snap. But what I want you to work on from here is the kick is very light and the recoil is heavy. Light, heavy, squeeze. So the squeeze comes from here to here to here to the floor this way, and then you're able to move out. So try a couple side snaps. Pick your leg up, pick your knee up, recoil heavy. Light, heavy. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Mike, let's see. Mike, you do too much hip. Don't turn your hip. So this is an interesting thing. In basics, where's my camera? In basics, if I do a side snap kick, my hip is going to turn towards the target as my foot comes up, because there's room here for your leg to lift. If I'm going to do a side thrust kick, my hip is going to turn away from the target towards the floor and then come back. Mike is doing in between. You're thrusting your hip out and trying to pick your knee up, which will eventually actually hurt your hips. So you can get by with it for quite a while if you're very flexible, but work on one or the other. And in this instance, it's a side snap. Your hip has a little bit of pendulum, a little bit of tilt, but it turns a little bit towards the target to allow your leg to move easily. Everybody try 2 more times on one side. Light, heavy. Recoil heavy, like your knee is squeezing into your center and into the floor. That was a little bit better. Try, Mike. That was very good, Maria. Pick your knee up higher. Higher and closer to you. Yep. Oh, that was way better. Now you can squeeze more on the recoil. Light, heavy. Yep, pretty good. Okay, try your other foot. Unless you've been switching feet both times, then just keep switching feet. But if you've only been doing your left foot, try your right foot a couple times. Light, heavy. Light, heavy. Squeeze into the floor. John Noel, don't turn your hip. And don't kick the wife. She won't like it. Pick your knee up. Better. A little bit better. So if you are very flexible, and for that I would have to say actually Mike and Cindy and Maria are plenty flexible enough, you can keep your knee up and not bring your foot back. So it'll look kind of like this, and you still can get pressure down to the floor. It is okay though to bring this foot all the way back to your upper inner thigh to get this pressure, because it's kind of a teaching model. This area squeezes and it gives you something to push against. So the pressure point people also think you're stimulating and protecting a pressure point while also pointing out that point, that vulnerability on somebody else, which might be true, but a few times, bring your foot all the way back and see how that feels. Do 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. Side snap. John Noel and Cindy, bring your foot back. Oh, Maria, that was really good. Can you do the other side? Pretty good. Mike, you're doing good. Don't let your arms flap. So we did talk about the path of the hand before, but not all of you were there. If I'm looking at this camera here, some applications are that this is a block. And it might be. And of course the other applications are that it's a strike, which it also might be. But it turns out that if you do this straight sideways, which is super common, you miss, can you come over here for a second? If somebody's punching at your face, for instance, you'll miss them a lot because it's too big of room for error. And if I aim higher, I miss the same kind of way. So to make this work, this is going to have just a little bit of an arc. It covers your face and comes back. Covers. So if this was a block, it would cover. Just like that. Out of habit, it would just cover. If it's a strike, then you're fine, because also it's a good range along your temple, along the back of your jaw, the side of your jaw. Good path. So I said this the other day too. This is the path for this back fist strike. A little bit up and over and back. But it's also the path for any of these draws. Heian Yondan, Teki, no. Just a little bit, like you got to cover your face. So you got something coming at you, just a little bit. You end up where you're supposed to. Just on the way there, you cover. Heian Yondan, oh, right there. Boom, then you grab. So everybody can see that? Try your hand. Thank you. Just a little bit. You look across, cover your own nose with your hand. I'm sorry, it's a back fist strike. Back fist, and then try the other side. Back fist. Just cover your own face as you come across. Boom. Pretty good. Okay, I got to fix one more thing before I move on to the next part. That is your drawing arm. Some of you, when you do this, your arm just kind of, it's actually a natural reflex. It happens all the time. It happens when you kick and one leg straightens because the other leg straightens. It doesn't make it right, but I'm saying it's a natural reflex. So to counteract this, wrap this in a little extra. Squeeze like almost elbow to elbow before you bring this back. Squeeze, and try your other hand. Squeeze. Better. Okay. So now here's the part I wanted to get to. This wave that you create with your hip goes out and back. It's a pretty substantial wave. Your arm goes along for the ride. So your foot will have, a bit of intent to it, even though it's still light heavy. And your hand, though, will feel much lighter because it's part of the same shock wave. So it is a constant mistake for people to try to make this strong and their shoulders up and their extent. There's no reason to. Let this float with this shock wave from your leg. You'll be fine. Try a couple of those. You're here. You can stack if you want. Hip, and light arm, and then elbow. Mike, you're doing too much hip again. Nope. Don't turn your hip out. Turn towards the target a little bit. Slowly, don't hurt yourself. Yes! Much better. I know it feels different, but that's okay. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the count. You're going to do 1 is the recoil. You're going to go 1, expand, contract. 2, expand into the target, but your hip is still back here. And then 3, contract. So everybody give that a try, please. Work on your recoil, work on the squeeze into the floor. 1, expand, contract. 2, expand. 3, contract. Now you're going to do your other side. Stack halfway. 1, expand, contract. 2, expand. 3, contract. So the deal with that rhythm is it's going to help to get more body shock into each technique, and it's going to make sure that your hip hits. So many people do this, and there's no hip left. So this ensures that you have this pressure. It's still back here, ready to go when you need it. 1, 2, 3. Drive. Try a couple times on your own from here. Side snap, elbow strike. 1, 2. Good job. Try the other side. 1, 2, 3. Shoulders down. Try again. Pretty good. Good job, Maria. Good job, Yufeng. Much better, Mike. Good job, John. I feel like John gets ignored. Okay, so here you are, right here. Go 1, 2, 1, 2. The other side, 1, 2. Now do this. 1, turn more weight onto your right leg. 2. Yep, kick and hold. 3, squeeze. 4, drop. Good job. We're just going to continue from there because we don't have all day. We're out of time. So from here, you're going to turn so your left hand and left foot are in front. That's 1. Gently, gently glide your foot out as you turn your hands. 2. It's a back stance, everybody. Kokutsudachi. Maria, more of a back stance. Kick, punch, punch. 1, 2, 3. 1. Right foot, right arm is in front. 2. 1, 2, 3. Augmented blocks and back stance. 1, 2, 3. You're in back stance. Now reach forward with your legs. 4. Reach. Knee. 5, 6, 7. 8. Rest. So, besides doing all the right stances and the right moves in the right form, the 2 things I want you to get, and a third, but the 2 are to move from your center. So right at the beginning, your leg glides, 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 and to be fair, glides, snap, go. Snap, go. Your body controls it. And then you get to here, it glides again. In control. In control. So it is an important thing to learn, and important thing to learn in Heian Yondan is that idea that your center is kind of reaching out towards the target. So I'm here, my center reaches towards the target. And on the snaps too. Reach. Darn it. Oh, the second one was the expansion contraction part. Starting here. Expand, contract, expand, contract. Expand, contract, expand, contract. Technically, you could say expand, contract, contract. So all the way through, and then of course when you get to here, you got the same thing again. Expand, contract, go! Pow! You drive off your body into the target, and the other way. That is the second thing to learn. Got it? So move from your center with light gliding feet. Expand and contract on each motion. And the third one was to instantly be aware of your next direction. So if I'm facing this way, I go 1, what? Oh my God, there's something there. And over here, I go 2, oh, there's something there. 3, oh, there's something there. Just be aware of your next, whenever you change direction. Look at it, feel it, make your body go towards it. Sometimes, especially in slow motion, people get lackadaisical about where their head goes and arms go. Any questions about Heian Yondan? Or anything else in the karate world? Okay, we should stop because Mike is in the dark. Can't see him, there's a gi there. Thank you all for training. Class dismissed. You're all welcome to join on Mondays and Fridays. We have a Zoom class along with the in-life training. And encourage anybody else